How healthy do you think you eat?
Depends on the day. Yeah.
We ask because a lot of things that are branded as healthy aren't as good for us as we might think.
It's 100% true.
You know.
So that's where our next guest comes in to help. Jacob Zemer is a performance coach who helps people get in the best shape of their lives. And he's great at sorting myth from reality when it comes to healthy and unhealthy foods. If we could all only look like that.
And here he is in the flesh.
Morning.
Hello, Jacob. How are you?
Good to see you.
Okay, so welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
First time in the new digs?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, I've been on the show 3 times. Once in Zoom, once at the anchor desk, and now here with you
And now
ladies.
here you
Next
are.
time he comes, he's going to take over my spot.
I know. We won't even be here.
So we love you on social media. And one of the things that's great is that you speak in an everyday language that folks understand. I think a lot of times we talk about nutrition, we talk about wellness, and so you talk about here's this. Are either of these healthy? Be it as it may, we decided let's go down these mean streets and ask everyday people about the food that they're eating.
Love it.
You want to play along?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
here.
Okay.
We're talking about pasta. First
Here we
one
go.
up.
Take a look.
Oh, you know what? If we could hear her, that would be fantastic.
What is she
We know
saying?
she's a New York Knicks fan, so that's already a plus in our book. I'm going to
RIP to
translate
their
that.
season.
We're
Okay.
going to translate that. She asked, that lovely woman, how much pasta is too much pasta?
It's a great question. So first and foremost, a cup of pasta, it's about 200 calories. You want to maybe think about your meals being somewhere between 500, 800 calories. And that depends on a lot of factors, right?
Yes.
Maybe you're dieting, maybe you're not dieting, maybe you just want to maintain your current weight, and also the size of the person. Like women typically have smaller portions because they're typically smaller. If you're a larger size individual like myself, you can indulge in more food. So it really depends, but I'd say about 1.5 cups to 2 cups. But here's where you have to be careful. It's not just the pasta, it's the sauce.
Yep, the sauce, the gravy, if you will.
So marinara, red sauce, is not that caloric. It's about not much at all. 1/2 cup is about 100 calories. So it's not that big of a deal. But Alfredo sauce.
Well, now you're getting cream involved.
Now you've got cream involved, and it's 500 calories.
Oh my
If you could have 2 cups of pasta, and the 1/2 cup of Alfredo sauce is more calories and more fat than, of course, the pasta. Pesto, the same thing.
Okay.
Be very careful about pesto sauce.
We have a little rivalry between carbs. Go ahead, tell them.
What do we got?
This one, on National Pasta Day, the question asked to our viewers was, what's your favorite kind of pasta? And this one said rice.
I like rice.
I tried to suggest that you should have beans and not the rice, and I was told.
And I almost beheaded him.
Yes. So.
All the Puerto Ricans came for his head. How can you have rice without
Rice and pasta are pretty equivalent.
Okay.
If I want to answer the question, though, I guess the simple answer is maybe about 2 cups, but just watch the sauce.
Watch the sauce.
Right.
That's too much sauce. There's such a thing. All right, next question. This one's about milk. Okay.
Jacob, is cow's milk really bad for me?
Yeah. So people have villainized dairy, and lean dairy is perfectly healthy for you.
Lean dairy?
Lean dairy. So
Like skim milk?
for like 2% or lower. Whole milk is going to have some fat in it, and some of that fat is saturated. But if you stick to like skim or 2%, that's great. People tend to really put a lot of thought into like creamer in their coffee or milk in their cereal. It's not that big of a deal. You're fine to have a little bit of milk or cream in your coffee. It's not going to obliterate your diet. But when you talk about like plant-based options, so thinking about like almond milk, that's relatively low in calories, but it's also very low in nutrients. You know, milk has tons of calcium, it has tons of vitamin D. Oat milk, more calories than actual traditional dairy milk.
Yeah, my sister tells me that all the time.
I know.
Yeah, it's more calories. A glass of skim milk is 80 calories, where a glass of oat milk is 130 calories.
That's why we always ask for a splash in our
I
coffee.
know, just a
You know, and then
splash.
with the non-dairy milks, because I'm like the psycho that still goes and I'm like looking at the labels of everything, because you know, you mentioned
Should
marinara
be.
sauce. I don't want anything with added sugar.
That's right.
It should be
Yeah.
like tomato salts and all the spices. But then you got to worry about the non-dairy milks and having all the added sugar that's in like your oats, your sweet and flavored coffee
And oat
creamers.
milk does,
And,
Exactly.
and some folks are lactose intolerant.
My whole philosophy on eating is if I don't absolutely love it, I won't have it. And so what I mean by that is I'm either eating healthy or I'm having things that I truly enjoy. So
80-20.
Yeah,
80-20.
I want to go out to dinner, and that's when I want to splurge. I don't want to splurge when it's like something small.
Right.
And it's like a cookie on the counter. Avoid the cookie on the counter.
Avoid the cookie on the counter.
Here's our next question. We know you will definitely have some thoughts about this one.
Okay.
Jacob, are veggie chips healthier than potato chips? Please let us know.
Oh, man. Okay. So a potato is technically a vegetable, and I think that's where people get confused. And potatoes are perfectly fine until you start frying them.
Right.
So most people, when you ask them, "Oh, do you want to have a baked potato?" That's not as enticing as mashed potatoes, which are now cream and butter.
Cream again.
And exactly.
So good.
Or you take the potatoes and you chop them up and you throw them in with the oil and you fry it.
Oil,
That's right.
man.
That's where stuff gets caloric, and it's the same thing was true with veggie chips. Believe it or not, veggie chips have about as many calories as a classic American potato chip. So your ruffled potato chip and your veggie chip, they're not that far apart.
Same thing, just one is multicolored and one isn't.
Yes, and one is marketed as healthy, and people believe it.
Exactly.
So.
That's why you got to look at what you're buying.
Yeah, flip around the label, and I think look at two things. Look at the nutrition label first and foremost, and then look at the ingredients. And you can eat too much of even healthy things. Avocado is a classic example. Olive oil, peanut butter. These are things that are good for you, but everything's about portion.
Moderation.
Exactly. Healthy fats are good and sprinkle them in.
Yes.
Our last question, okay? This has to do with build your own bowl restaurants.
Okay.
Very popular. I love.
Yep.
Let's play it.
I have a rice bowl. It's bulgogi, which is Korean-style beef. It's marinated, and I also have rice and also some glass noodles that are underneath somewhere here.
Okay, what do you have?
I have beef, chicken, and pork with some quinoa, avocado, and just some green sauce. That's it.
Jacob, seriously, do you think this is healthy?
Jacob, do you think this is healthy?
The second one
He has a fit of the
protein in there.
giggles. He got a fit of the giggles.
The second one has a lot of ingredients, and that's really your giveaway. When everything in the kitchen sink is in the bowl, that's probably the problem. So if I went to like Chipotle and I got rice, beans, guacamole, corn, and everything on top of it, start with a lean protein. Chicken's great, salmon's great, something along those lines, and then have vegetables, and really look at that as your base. And again, always be careful of sauce.
Well, then they set you up, though. Because at these buildables, they make you start with the noodle or the
rice, quinoa, whatever,
So maybe you go and you say, can I start with the vegetable? And then work your way back.
And
that's how they get you.
And I think that's the key is what are you starting with the base and then how many things are you adding in? Of course, avocado's healthy for you, but when you've already got quinoa and you've got 3 meat sources plus the avocado, and now we have this green sources, the green sauce in there as well, and who knows how caloric the sauce is. Be mindful, salads are healthy for you, right? But a Caesar salad has about 800 calories. A classic American cheeseburger only has 700 calories. So when you throw all that creamy dressing on top, 2 tablespoons of something like blue cheese, 150 calories.
Oh my God.
If you're going to one of these salad shops and they're just going like that, that's 400, 500 calories. You might as well have got something very different for lunch.
Okay.
A chicken, cheeseburger.
A cheeseburger.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far, but
All right,
yeah, you're kind of on that. You're kind of trending there.
Well, listen, you can see more of Jacob's tips by following him on Instagram at Jacob Zemer, and you don't want to miss it. That's a must follow right there.
That's right.
Wealth of knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.